So today I'm going to listening the teaching way of Bodhisattva. So wanting or wishing benefit all mother thinking beings, create mind generate. Then so go to the main teaching today. Is chapter 3rd. So actually the last section, this chapter 3rd has preparation, main teaching, main practice, and then conclusions. So preparation is very long. It's all the aspirations, bodhicitta prayer aspiration, and then main practice is this one has received the bodhisattva vow. It's just as the previous Sungatas give birth to in awakening mind, and just as they successfully delivered in the bodhisattva practice, likewise for the sake of all that lives I give birth to in awakening mind, and likewise all shall I to successfully follow the practices. So that is the main practice, and then after that, we have rejoice ourselves and rejoice of others. So we finish the rejoice ourselves. Why we can rejoice ourselves? So we reborn so many lifetimes in the samsara. All this life is actually no useful, no meaningful. And starting today, so my life is become useful, meaningful, going to benefit many other beings. So that's the reason we have to rejoice ourselves. So then this last one is rejoice for other beings, rejoice. The 34. Today, in the presence of all the protectors, I invite the world to be guest at a festival of temporary and ultimate delight. May gods, anti-gods, and all be joyful. So this, like we celebrating, because celebration is we receive the bodhicitta vow, so we have become bodhisattva. That's the reason this is a celebration. Same is like you get graduate or birthday party. So many different in the we have celebrations, parties, and during that time, so we invite the people to come to join with the guests. Same like this here. Today, in the presence of all the protectors, today we're going to celebrate all the presence of all the protectors is Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dakas and Dakinis. So all the spiritual beings are invited the world to be guests. So we are guests. They are guests, us, our guests. Then at a festival of temporary and ultimate delight. So this festival is temporarily joy and ultimate joy, because celebration is for when we have become bodhisattva. That's why we celebration. We get celebrating. Just same as like you get graduate, you can do celebration for that, right? same like that. And then today, guest is no ordinary beings there. So, of course, ordinary beings, but all these Buddha and Bodhisattvas, our guests. So then also may gods, anti-gods, and all be joyful, means everyone, all the sentient beings, we invited our guests. All the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas invited our guests. And then everyone joy, because we're going to benefit all mother sentient beings. Buddha's happy and joy, someone benefit other beings. So now we promise, we have become Bodhisattva, we say we are going to benefit many other beings. So that's why Buddha's all joy, and all these sentient beings also happy and joy, because we work for all sentient beings, benefit for them. So that's the, when you have become Bodhisattva, so rejoice other beings too, not only rejoice ourselves, other beings also rejoice for us, who's become Bodhisattva. Same is like someone is become successful, we rejoice, and world religious usually does, right? Similarly, but this festival, this rejoice is permanently joy, happiness. So now someone is going to free from samsara, then everybody say, oh yeah, that's great. Everyone rejoice for that person. And also that person going to benefit so many other beings. They're going to benefit everyone and include us. So we are really rejoice, right? That person. Same like that. Every being rejoice for us. So then that's we finish it there is the way of Bodhisattva, chapter 3. So chapter 3 is receiving the Bodhisattva, seize the Bodhisattva, and seize the Bodhisattva path. So then next chapter, the next chapter is content censure. So content censure, the chapter 3 is
conscientiousness.
Right?
Conscientiousness.
Conscientiousness.
Kind of like diligence.
Very good.
Yes, very good. Conscientiousness, that is correct.
Conscientiousness.
Right.
Yeah, I see. So I have this make correctly consent. I don't know where I get this word. Okay. So conscientiousness, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the actually mindful awareness chapter. Mindful awareness chapter. So then also effort, joy too included with mindful awareness, effort all come in this chapter together. So this first 3 chapter is usually we chant the prayer. So the prayer and the dedication has we usually chant the bodhicitta, the excellent and the precious mind, where it is unborn, made arise. So that is the first 3 chapter is bodhicitta, excellent and the precious mind, where it is unborn, made arise. So now this second 3 chapter is actually chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6. That chapter is where it is born, may it not decline. So that's the reason we need mindful awareness and increasing bodhicitta, not declining the bodhicitta. If you receive the bodhicitta, So arise bodhicitta our mind, but if you don't take care that bodhicitta, and then can be declined bodhicitta. So that's the reason. Fourth, fifth, sixth, this 3 chapter is where it is born, bodhicitta may it not decline. So we use the mindful awareness and effort for practice. So this chapter has the summarize and the main point, and then more intensely teaching. So conclusion, so subsumed in the 3 sections. The first one is main point, summarize. Having firmly seized the awakening mind in this way, a conqueror's son must never waver. Always should he exert himself to never astray from his practice. So then these bodhisattvas, when they receive the bodhicitta, wow, or awaken the mind, the bodhicitta mind, so then this they follow the path, the maintaining the precepts too, and they practice the bodhisattva path. They're not just only arise bodhicitta, then that's it. They don't do anything, not live like that. When they arise bodhicitta, and then after that they follow the path and maintaining bodhicitta. So that's the reason that always should he exert himself to never astray from his practice. So never broken the vows, no give up the bodhisattva's practice. They just 100% follow the bodhicitta practice. So the bodhicitta practice is this whole thing, way of bodhisattva is bodhicitta practice. They follow this practice, way of bodhisattva. And then this shorter, many different regions. We have a shorter prayers. It's come as another shorter is 37 practice. The more shorter is like we have opening prayers. Morning we did the opening prayers. That is the most shortest like way of bodhisattva. Subsumed into actually the morning the chant the first prayer before this starting teaching. So that's also this way of bodhisattva essence is the hold the prayer too. So now we're going to the maintaining our practice. Then how to we maintaining our practice? How to we not going to astray from this practice? So we need the really care for our mindful and wisdom, or we can say awareness. So conscientiousness or something, this one, the hardest word. I don't know. This word is really hard. Then how to be maintaining is so follow the path and follow the actually 6 parameter. So we have to maintain our bodhicitta. So that reason is the second verses. In the case of reckless actions, or if deeds not were considered, or though a promise may have been made, it is fit to reconsider whether I should do them or not. So everything we need to, like we have to consider it's have to check it's okay or not. I can do this or not. So you have to check yourself. Because you have to check yourself means we have to look to our intention. So our abilities, check our intentions. And then we have to look to our mind and the body and the speech. Whatever we're doing, we have to care for. In the case of relaxed actions means like usually we don't care for, we don't recognize what we're doing because no mindful, no awareness. So that's we can see the easily people who no mindful, no awareness means. And usually people who come in the temple, even someone meditate, they're talking and they pick up the phone and they will go wrong. They don't recognize what other people doing. So that's, also have to practice, used to. When we have become monastery, and we recognize this, all the new monks, they're not really mindful awareness. They always have something dropped, or maybe they just talk in the middle of prayers, or they're just looking all wrong somewhere else. So they're not focused in the prayer and the practice. And then even the walking, also you can see, it's a new monk. They just talk also like usually voice is so high rest and talk very loudly or laughing so loudly. So that kind of, you recognize easily who's the new monk. And used to, and then in the prayers, it's become, you have more mindfulness and you recognize what you're doing, your body, speech, mind. They don't talk in the prayers. And then they just, even not really doing practice much, but they just, body is stay correctly. They don't doing things, not drop things, and saying something, pick up phone or something, doing things. They don't do that anything because someone who has mindful. And people who has mindful, they come into the temple, you recognize right away. Then they take all the shoes outside, come quietly inside, and they don't pick up the phone. And some people like outside, they come in the temple, they off the phone, switch off the phone, and someone meditating, they're really careful, they don't talk, and maintaining their mindful awareness. So that's also have to used to. Otherwise, just not naturally come everyone if you don't used to. So we can like think about it, like many people come into the temple who are mindful, they're already off the phone or they're silent. And they just stay. If they're ready to do something, they go out. But who don't have a mindful, they talk with the other right away. The neighbor who's next to you, they're talking with them. Or pick a phone or doing things or something, but they don't recognize what they're doing. They distract a lot of other people too. So then that's the reason. This is for the beginners and the practitioners. Actually, very important, very important. So we have to, in the case of reckless actions, we always have reckless actions. We're laughing, and talking, doing something meaninglessly. So that's why you have to be careful that way. Or if deeds not were considered, so not thinking about clearly, then although a promise may have been made, so we promise. What we promise? We promise our body, speech, mind, no harm for others, and benefit for others. So that's the reason. we have to check our mind, body, speech first. Checking first, and then, you know, it's okay to do or not. You have to recognize that. That's the reason this Bodhisattvas, although a promise may have been made, it is fit to consider whether I should do them or not. So whether I do or not, you have to recognize first I have to do or not. Sometimes we also have a compassion without no considering and no mindful, no wisdom. So do something, become affected other people too. So that's the reason Bodhisattvas, the check really their benefit or not. That's the reason it is fit to reconsider whether I should do them or not. Even like just we do like worldly things, something we can thinking about like that, then we are become consider right now we are Bodhisattva, we thinking about going to make benefit for other beings means then you must careful. The Shantideva say, you really careful, check your body, speech, mind, and doing things before. So, but the third verse says, but how can I ever withdraw from what has been examined by the great wisdom of the Buddhas and their sons, and even many times by me myself. So something you benefit for others, you doing something like virtuous deeds, you doing something bodhicitta action, like example you think, oh, the bodhicitta is good or no good. You don't have to think that, Shantideva said. Bodhicitta is already good because all Buddhas approved. So generosity is good or not, you don't have to think about. Generosity is good because all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas already proved. So same like that, this 6 paramita is already Buddha approved. That's why, but how can I ever withdraw means how can I take out, no doing action for benefit others. Still from that has been examined by the great wisdom means like Buddha has great wisdom, he already approved. Love is great, compassion is great, bodhicitta is great, wisdom is great. So that benefit others. So he already proved that. You don't have to think about this good or not. So that's already approved. That means like, no, you already receive bodhicitta or awakened bodhicitta, then no, you think, oh, maybe I really did something wrong, or I shouldn't receive bodhisattva, maybe I'm going to get the wrong directions. So you wanted to log again that it's great or not, good or not, try to check, analyze something. So then Shantideva said, that is a mistake. You don't have to do that. The reason is Buddha already examined by the great wisdom. He has great wisdom, he already examined. So then all the Buddhas and their sons, and even many times by me, myself, also we did ourselves examine. So no, you don't have to adopt. You just do practice bodhicitta. But some actions, our, not mindfully, always check that. So the first, this second verse says, no mindful, no awareness, doing like body, speech, mind, something. Shantideva says, check that, examine that. But you don't have to examine bodhicitta. Make sense or no? So sometimes like you thinking about it, we have to examine everything. Checking means like you think, oh, bodhicitta also we have to examine. And we have to analyze again. Some people maybe we think that, but that's incorrect. We don't have to think about bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is already correct.
Temple, I have a question for that.
Question first, no, please, okay? So first I
Okay.
teaching, then we can ask. You can ask question. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we go into the verses 4. If having made such a promise, I did not put it into action, then by deceiving every living being, what kinds of rebirth shall I take? So we promised we wanted to benefit all other beings. So now if we do not do that, put into action, then by deceiving every living being, so we just not truth, saying it's not truth, then what kind of rebirth shall I take? So then we just not saying it's not truth and not honest, then what become happening? The karma. So Shantideva says, long as awakening the bodhicitta and don't give up, put effort, much ever we can. So have to put effort to follow. If give up bodhicitta, if we don't do our job, then we not follow the precept, not follow the commitment. So then that also has a karma. What kind of rebirth shall I take? Means this rebirth take to lower realms because broken the vows. So then this section has some kind of like, people thinking about means everyone is going to lower realms, or just some people maybe go to lower realms if broken this Bodhisattva's vow. What going to happening? They also have some more details in some commentary that talk about more details. Example, the Shariputta, maybe Shariputta, if you chant the Heart Sutra, so they talk about a lot, the Shariputta's name. So Shariputta is the right side of the Buddha's disciple. So Buddha said, Shariputta is my left arm. Mogarpu he said, is my left arm. So Shariputta is the right arm. So the right arm, Shariputta is the right arm. So that's why when we create the statues, usually Buddha in the center and the right side is the Shariputta, left side is Mogarpu. So these two is the Ahats. And that's just a kind of a universal, generally Buddhist created statues, tankas. And then sometimes the Mahayana way, right side is Manjushri, left side is Buddha Maitreya too. So because the holding lineage holders follow. So anyway, Shariputta, the story is Shariputta is used to Bodhisattva. Many lifetimes before he is Bodhisattva. So then some Mara appeared to him and asked him to give this right hand for him. So Shariputta cut the right hand, give it to that person, but then person didn't happy. So still he said he needs more than that, something. I think they asked him. So anyway, Shariputta, he give up Bodhisattva. Precept, wow. he said, I really cannot benefit all these beings. I cannot benefit one person. How can I benefit all these beings? So I want to go into the, his thing is like, enter into the Vinayana way, Hinayana tradition. He into the Hinayana tradition. So he gave up the Bodhisattva vows. So then here, some teachers said, so Shariputra gave up the Bodhisattva vow. Why he didn't went into the reborn into the lower realms? So they also mention about that too. Then what is the answer is there another commentary, some other commentary says Shariputra, because he didn't go to the lower realms, the reason is he has already good practice already himself, but then also the what that says commentary, but I follow the commentary. We don't know it's true or not, okay? Well, commentary says Buddhist Shariputra actually he said he's going to give up bodhicitta, telling the Mara for make him he satisfied. Actually, realitily, Shariputra didn't give up Bodhisattva vow. So that is the commentary says, okay? And I don't know that it's true or not. We don't know. It's just the commentary explain that. So anyways, then some commentary what that says. Some commentary says not everyone going to lower realms. It's everything is depending individual intentions and what they're doing actions. Shariputra, even he said, I'm not going to benefit others. He never think about I'm going to give up whole thing, this precepts, and I'll going to harm for other beings. He didn't have that, and he didn't have that kind of thought. So Shariputra, the main point, he said, okay, I cannot benefit all these beings. So anyway, I'm going to follow the Hinayana tradition way to, follow the virtuous deeds. And he didn't create no virtuous deeds. So that's why he didn't have to go down to the lower realms. Someone give up bodhicitta mind means, I'm not going to benefit this person. I'm going to harm much ever can I harm to this person. So then that is like strong no virtuous deeds, and then really that person give up bodhisattva vow, they're going to the lower end. So that's our thought. The first is like just commentary say Shariputra didn't really give up bodhisattva vow. That's why he's not going to lower ends. So that also could be true. So we don't know. We don't know what the Shariputra at that time his intention. And the main point is even like we receive bodhisattva vows, we think, oh, I cannot really benefit others, but I don't want to harm anyone, and I just practice myself. So you into the lower vehicle way, but not really harming for other beings. So you don't have to go to lower realms. I thought that is the way it makes sense. So then the verses 5, if it has been taught by the Buddha that he who does not give away the smallest thing he once intended to give will take rebirth as a hungry ghost. So if like we broken the Bodhisattva promises, that means like big, we broken really big view or agenda. And even you broken very small tiny things, then the Buddha said you get the result for that. Like example this. Someone say, okay, I'm going to give this food for this person and who's hungry and thirsty. Then they didn't give due to the because stingy or not good intentions, they don't give. So then that break the promise. So Buddha said, if someone does that, the person also can reborn to the hungry ghost. So Shantideva said, even someone give up like one food giving for others, going to lower realms, if you give up whole sentient beings, then of course they have karma. So that's the Shantideva mentioned. Yeah. So even you don't do smallest things, they have a karma. Of course you don't do this. So big things, them should be have a karma. So that's the Shantideva said. So he followed the Buddha's quote and teaching. So then, actually, this each one has, intention is very powerful. So you don't give the food for others. If you promise you don't give for others, means then not everything is bad. But I promise something, wanted to give someone, then I thought, oh, no good, because the person is going to use wrong, or he really don't need, or he wanted to use wrong directions. Then I don't give. I don't think so they have a karma, because I already take care in my view. And the first in the Shantideva say, you have to really examine yourself. You do something, like you have to recognize what you're doing is correct or incorrect. So this kind is like example, someone really need food. They're going to die without food. You have food, you can help that person. You have ability, everything you can do. You recognize that person is dying. Say, okay, I'm going to give food, but then you don't give, like to die, like to suffering. You're really happy that person is suffering, not giving the food. So then that has consequences, karma. That karma rebirth take to the hungry ghost. So each one have to follow all these more details, like we talk about the 4 factors, not just only one appearance, what we see, something, right? So if each one has more God, in behind there's more meanings there, like kind of more information in there. So that's why, so you have to understand. Long as we take the Bodhisattva level, I think we don't have these problems. Those like, oh yeah, it's so hard to like become Bodhisattva, perception broken, it's so easy. Oh, we kind of like feel nervous, but actually someone really need food, someone really without food is going to die, suffering. We don't want to suffering that person. We don't want to die that person. We can help that person. That is as long as you listening this teaching, study this way of Bodhisattva, no problem. You can take care of this part. It's easy. Okay, don't worry too much there. Not going to go lower realms. Bodhicitta is powerful. We go to lower realms, but still benefiting other beings. So then another example is the word that in Tibet, one old woman, she told one teacher, I think teacher, it could be, I don't remember exactly who is that. It could be Zapato Rinpoche, means like he is the high yogi who wrote the perfect of my teacher, or the text teaching. So I think he mentioned about this example. So or here the woman asked him or something. So the woman told him, when I looked this Dharma's benefit, I'm going to heaven, become Buddha. So I'm going to, so what she says, like you are, like, even you go to Buddhahood, no, she said, even I am going to go to Buddhahood because this I see the Lama Chirang Magum is even you of course, like he says, you are going to liberate, but even I'm also going to liberate because I see this all the benefits teachings. And she said, if I look to this negativity, no virtuous deed, even I'm going to lower realms, of course, like I think you also going to lower realms too. So the main point is like what she says, Dharma benefits. When you look to the Dharma quality, Dharma benefit, I'm going to liberate too. Even like the Pato Rinpoche, he's going to liberate. Even you're going to liberate, I'm also going to liberate too, because I see the Dharma benefit. And low to the no virtuous deeds, then I'm going to lower realms. Also, I think you're also going to lower realms too, because this no virtuous is so powerful, strong. So I don't know. Do you understand what I mean? What I said, measure. The Maryland doesn't understand. Please let know us.
But just by looking at the negative deeds and the negativity, I go to the lower realms and you also go with me. Is that
You're
right?
also going because no virtuous strong deed.
Right.
Even
Yeah.
I'm not no question. I'm going to lower realms. I think you also falling down because no virtuous so strong. The deeds. And then same thing, low to the quality, Dharma, you also going to liberate, but even I'm also going to liberate too, because it's easy. So Dharma quality.
What was his response?
What is?
How did he respond to her?
That's correct. What she sees. So the no virtuous deeds, we talk about this, no virtuous deeds is like this. Each anger take you to the lower realms. See, like that kind of have anger also have so strong. No virtuous like this. This is so powerful and strong. Result is so strong, and also look to bodhicitta. It's also very powerful too, right? So then that is like dependent, really, when this connections comes means like when we are in the bardo. So in the bardo, which one is become rapina in the karma, which conviction is arise. So bodhicitta can be taken to the pure line, Buddhahood, or this anger is a perception, conviction arises strongly, can be lower realms too. But long as the person has a bodhicitta, even go to lower realms, there are no suffering, same as other beings. So that's we can say no, it's more. Shantideva actually has everything, answer is there, or answer is there. So we've studied this whole thing. So that's verses 5 is see, we even give up some small things, they also have consequences if you don't give up big things, don't give up bodhicitta. So that's the Buddha's advice. Then verses 6. When if I should receive all beings, after having sincerely invited them to the unsurpassable bliss, shall I take a happy rebirth? So when we take the Bodhisattva vowels, arise bodhicitta. So think about up there, we did the rejoice ourselves and rejoice all the Buddhas and other beings for us. We did celebrate. So now, when I should deceive all beings, so we invite all beings. We say we're going to benefit all beings. After having sincerely invited them, so we invited them. Know what happened to the unsurpassable bliss. So if we don't follow then Bodhisattva's conduct, then shall I take a happy rebirth? So how can we take the happy rebirth? Because we not feared other beings' wishes. You know, the other beings rely on us. No, we didn't take care of that, and we give up that. Then Buddha said, what that is karma. Shall I take a happy birth? Should still you can have a good rebirth? The answer is not possible. The reason is even you give up one person's benefit, going to lower realms, then of course you give up all beings' benefits, then you cannot have good rebirth. That is not possible, the Shantideva said, not possible. So that is the answer. Only then verses 7. Only the omniscient can discern the manner of the action of those who give up the waking mind but are freed. It is beyond the scope of ordinary thought. So then who give up Bodhisattva vow, then the person is what karma kind of happening. So that we don't know because we are ordinary person. Only Buddha knows what consequences or what this karma is happening, which kind of karma they've done. Only the Buddha knows. Only the omniscient can discern. Who give up the waking mind but are freed. So then that is beyond our capacity. It is beyond the scope of ordinary thought. The reason is I just shared already this Shariputta's story. Then only Buddha can answer why Shariputta is not going to the lower realms. No one don't know because individually has different situations, different intentions, so many behind there. So we don't know everything. That's why we cannot give answer yes and no. So just main point, Shantideva said, don't give up bodhicitta. If you give up bodhicitta, of course they have consequences. He said, example, someone give up benefit one person, there Buddha said, there also has a result. Then of course Shantideva said, you give up all sentient beings, they have a cause and effect. So you give up one person, they have a cause and effect. Then of course Shantideva said, you give up all sentient beings, they have a cause and effect. That's the reason he said, don't give up Bodhisattva vow. But then the details, he said, don't know because Buddha only knows. We don't know. So that's the verses 7. So now verses 8. These four are Bodhisattva. is the heaviest of downfalls, for should it ever happen, the welfare of all will be weakened. So Bodhisattvas actually is give up other sentient beings. That is a downfall. It is the heaviest of downfalls. So that's the reason, you know, if who give up the other beings, like broken the vows, then that Bodhisattva, even not going to lower realms, but the Bodhisattva cannot much benefit others. So that's the reason, for should it ever happen, see, don't happening, broken vow, the welfare of all will be waking, means like that person like benefit other is has obscuration, actually not much. They cannot much benefit others. Even you receive Bodhisattva vow, even you have awakened your mind, but you broken vow and receive again, you broken vow, receive again, or something like that going on, and then that affected your practice. And not much benefit yourself, not much going to benefit others. So that's the reason Shantideva said, just try to keep pure Bodhisattva vow. Then verses 9, and should others for even a single moment hinder or obstruct his wholesome deeds, by weakening the welfare of all, there will be no end to the rebirth in lower state. So then someone harm for bodhisattvas, or someone stop the benefit other beings, so then that person has strong negative karma. So that's the reason Shantideva said, and should others for even single moment, very not big, something small, benefit others, hinder or obstruct his wholesome deeds. Someone doing some benefit others, so create obstacle for that, try to stop that, then that person has also negative deeds. The Shantideva said, because the person is benefiting someone, you know, it's through the bodhicitta, kindness. So that kindness result is very powerful. If someone stop that, then that person also have a karma by awakening the welfare of all. So there will be no end to the rebirth in lower state. The person is going to lower realms. No end means that many, many lifetimes can be suffering. So that's the reason someone benefit others. Shantideva says, don't create obstacle, don't stop that. So then that also has like intention. So due to jealousy, due to, you know, like jealousy, emotion, no one don't want benefit others. Or we see this Bodhisattva has become going to very famous. I'm going to stop that. Or this Bodhisattva is going to do these things, then he's become very powerful and benefit others. Something like you have intention, then stop that. So that kind result is going to reborn to the lower realms, endless, means many lifetimes suffering in samsara. So this also very scared, but actually who has this teaching, I think not going to happen easily like this kind, because we don't, no one wanting like some Bodhisattvas really benefit someone, and we recognize that we don't want to stop that. So this must have to have intention. You accidentally, you don't know anything, you do something, then less karma. Because this all is followed by intention. So, long as we receive Bodhisattva vow, of course, like we can benefit others, someone benefiting others, we recognize that, then we don't have to stop that. Just rejoice that. That is the Bodhisattvas increasing their bodhicitta, maintaining bodhicitta. So our job is rejoice, not jealousy, try to stop that. So then, verses 10. So, for if my being is impaired by destroying the joy of even one creature, then that need is there to mention. Destroying the joy of creatures whereas as space. So if we destroy one person's happiness, then that's it's big mistake, and that the action has cause and effect going to reborn to the lower realms. And then of course Shantideva said, then what need is there to mention destroy the joy of a creature whereas as space, all the mother sentient beings happiness destroyed. So then there of course there has a karma, strong karma. So the main point is Shantideva said, don't give up, don't destroy any other being's happiness. So don't give up bodhisattva, bodhicitta vow. The reason is bodhicitta vow is like we say we're going to benefit all these creatures, sentient beings. So no give up means like you're not going to benefit them. And then the main point, Shantideva says, if you give up one person has negative karma, you give up all these mother beings, of course they have a result. Then 11, verses 11. Thus, those who have the force of in awakening mind, as well as the force of feeling from it, stay revolving within cyclic existence, and for a long time are 100 in reaching the Bodhisattva levels. So the main point here, Shantideva giving suggestion is give up the non-virtuous deeds. Otherwise, even we receive Bodhisattva vow, we are waking our mind, bodhicitta. Sometimes we broken vow, doing non-virtuous, and receive again bodhicitta vow. And then this goes together all the time, So today we broken vow, tomorrow receive bodhicitta vow. And the next day you just also not follow the perceptions, you doing something mistakes. Next day you receive again bodhicitta vows and doing good things. Next day you're doing mistakes. Next day you're doing good things. Like that, go back and forth all the time. Then Shantideva say, that's takes a very long time to reach to the first level Bodhisattva. So the reason is two powerful comes together. Negativity has so strong powerful. Bodhicitta also have a very powerful. This powerful comes together all the time. These two fighting every day. So then that takes long time to become Buddha. I think this is very important, for us. Very important. We usually the Tibetan this word is we in the teaching come. Many teachers also memorize and they share this one. So that's we always have a problem, especially ordinary beings have this problem. So we're doing sometimes good deeds, but then after it's changed, then we not always stay in the non-virtuous, and then we change that, become good one again. There's not always stay that, change to another one. So we change it like hourly change, actually manually changing all the time. So that's the reason Shakti Deva just main point is not try to try strong, like put effort to maintaining bodhicitta. Stop the, create this broken the bodhicitta's precepts and vows. If this got longs together and we not easy to become Buddha, take long time. So and for a long time are hindered in reach the Bodhisattva level. So no, that's all is part of the this bodhicitta. Practice we need mindful and with awareness. We have to look carefully at doing what we're doing. What is wrong, what is we doing correctly. We have to understand. We have to recognize. So now next is the verses 12 is so more engaging, joyful effort, practice with bodhicitta. Therefore, just as I have promised, shall I respectfully accord my actions. If from now on I make no effort, I shall descend from lower to lower states. So now Shantideva said, put more effort, engage in more effort. The reason is we already promised. Therefore, just as I have promised, we already have a promise. We already take the precepts, Bodhisattva precept. So that's the reason shall I respectfully accord my actions. Whatever we do through body, speech, mind, actions is for virtuous deeds, good intention. If from now on I make no effort, if we don't put effort today, right now, so then when we're going to put effort, so Shantideva said, if we don't put effort right now, could be I share or descend from lower to lower state. Then if I reborn to the lower end, then that time, even we wanted to do something, it's too late. So main point, Shantideva says, put effort is right now. Don't think about and tomorrow and the next time. If we don't put effort right now, the reason is because we don't know when we're going to die. So no one has a certainty. Everything is uncertainty. If we lose this life, then if we don't put effort to practice bodhicitta, we lose this life, could be go to lower realms, then hard to get human beings body again, become connect with the Dharma. Very hard to get that level. So that's why Shantideva said, I shall descend from lower to lower state. Then verses 13. Although for the benefit of every creature, countless Buddhas have passed by, yet I was not an object of their care because of my own mistakes. It's a very beautiful statement. So we know so many Buddhas already passed. Each Buddha benefits so many sentient beings. So many sentient beings, each Buddha benefit Bodhisattvas. These Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, spiritual beings, so many already passed. So, yet I was not an object of their care. Why we are not object of their care? Why we are still stuck in here? The Buddha's problem, Bodhisattva's problem, or who's the problem? Shantideva said, because of my own mistakes, because of my mistakes, that's why I'm stuck here right now. Not the Buddha's problem, Bodhisattva's problem, because due to my own karma. That's why I'm stuck here right now. So actually, the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, so many already been, so many already passed. They benefit so many beings. Why we are not there taking care? If we are already there taking care, we already somewhere in the Devachi or in the Pure Lane or Buddhahood, somewhere already not stuck here right now. So know why we are stuck here? Because our problem. That's why we stuck here. So why we are not become Buddha, not the Buddha and the Bodhisattva's problem. That is our own problem. That's why we stuck here. So now we have to recognize that our own problem. What is our own problem? This thing about this, statement is the 12 that says we didn't put effort because we always think next time. So that's the reason. And until today we start here. So no Shantideva said, don't put effort thinking about the next time. Put effort right now. So he says, if from now on I make no effort, then I shall descend from lower to lower states again. Then these Buddhas, Bodhisattvas even come to in this world, very hard to benefit for us. So when they come to in the world, benefit many other beings, because we are no object means we are not maybe human beings at that time. We didn't have precious human body. That's why they cannot benefit us. So now we have a precious human body. If we don't take care of ourselves right now, if we reborn to the lower realms, then this Bodhisattvas also cannot benefit us. So now we have this, precious human body means Buddhas, Bodhisattvas can benefit us. We are right now good space or good object. So we have all these conditions. That's why the Buddhas can benefit us. So this kind of situation, condition, it's not easy to get. That's Shantideva recognized. So very hard to get these conditions. So Shantideva said, no, we have this. Why we don't put effort? Then verses 14. And if I continue to act like this, again and again shall I undergo suffering in unhappy realms, sickness, bondage, laceration, and the shedding of blood. So it's very, very powerful too, this statement. It's easy to understand, but really recognize our problems. And this kind of word is called the pit instruction, means like you really recognize our problems. Dharma means not recognize others' problem. Dharma means like we have to recognize our own problem. So then this Shantideva, like when you read this way of Bodhisattva, so Shantideva kind of he pointing us, you know, he directly pointing you, your problem. So that kind of you have to fear. Then that's really benefit. So we're thinking, oh, he pointing for all others. Then this teaching really cannot benefit ourselves. So when you receive this teaching, like Shantideva directly pointing you, your problem. So you have to recognize that. Then we can give up our problems. Otherwise, we don't recognize our problem. How can we give up our problem? So, and if I continue to act like this, so continually we're doing these things again and again, the causes of samsara, then, and again shall undergo. So then you no choice. Shantideva said, you don't have a choice. If you do always the same thing again and again, you don't want to change I telling you, you don't want to change still. You don't want to give up your problem. You want to still follow your, you know, what are you doing, you know, your actions. You don't want to change. Shantideva said, then you just kept going again, samsara, endless. Again and again, shall undergo. So then if some say, okay, I don't change, I don't have problem. So the people say, I'm happy in this life. So many people say that, you know, I'm happy in my life. That people just, we cannot against for them. But the very short moment thinking, you know. So then if you like your life, what you have right now, you go that again and again, same thing, no change, again and again, shall undergo, then what going on? Suffering in unhappy realms. So you're going to the samsara and the suffering in unhappy realms. This samsara, 6 realms, unhappy realms. Sickness. So we have a sickness. Then bondage. Then of course we have a laceration, and the shedding of blood. So these are the different kind of sufferings, problems. But you only say thinking about the temporary. You know, you're not thinking about what happening tomorrow. So only thinking about right now, today. So example, same is the we see the one ship is sinking into the beach, ocean, the long time ago, Titanic or something, Tata. What is they called?
Titanic.
Titanic.
Yeah. Titanic or that ship is like, many people just enjoy, they don't recognize ship is sinking, like already lower part is sinking in the water, but top there many people still enjoy. So same like that, you know, then say, I'm enjoying my life. I don't have to worry. You just like ready to go into suffering, but you don't recognize it. That's the all sentient beings, you know. So people just fixing whatever they're fixing things, like this ship is sinking in the ocean. They're fixing the chairs, fixing the top there, you know, clean up the dogs or clean up everything, fixing things, but you don't recognize under what they're going on. So that is the samsaric beings, because due to ignorance. Some people enjoy the, you know, in the shape, but the some people already suffering lower the bottom there, the shape, but they don't recognize up there people, many people, they are enjoy there. So they say, I'm very happy in this shape. Yeah, if you're happy, but this is not going to stay too long, you don't recognize, right? That's all the samsaric beings have the ignorance due to. This is coming soon, but we don't recognize. Shanti Deva, he said, this is coming, careful. So better change. He said, better change. Then verses 15. If the arising of a Tathagata faith, the attainment of a human body, and may being fit to cultivate virtue are secures, then when will they be won again? See, we are thinking about this again and again. So the Buddha is come into this world, it's not easy. Then very hard to get human body. Then of course like connect with the Dharma is more harder. That kind of all congregations not possible. Shanti Deva said, but no, we have this. If the arise of Tathagata, Buddha Shakyamuni is effort in the world. He taught the Dharma. So Buddha Shakyamuni already guide us, protect us. But still the samsaric beings no follow. Because due to the karma. If the arise of Tathagata is arise right now, it's hard to Shanti Devas arise. Many eons no Buddha effort in the world. So faith, then when you are become human being, but devotion arise to Buddha Dharma Sangha is not easy. The faith is arise means like you must have some good convictions. You must have some previous life connections, good karma. Must have to have some accumulation merit. Otherwise, not possible arise faith. Think about how many beings, human beings in the world, how many people has faith. Not so many people has faith to Buddha Dharma Sangha, faith. The attainment of a human body, then not easy to get human beings body. So many other beings, we think about it, just only this animal and the human beings who has odd number. The animals more odd number the human beings, countless animals. You know, think about where you live your home, maybe only yourself, but there how many bugs in there? So many. If you throw something like 100,000 bugs comes, where they come from? You don't recognize it. They just appear to there. That means they are there. You know. So moisture birth means like that. This being easy to take birth because they are part of a hungry ghost. And see, so many beings there already. We think, oh, I'm living only and this house only myself, but just we say that, but actually there's so many beings live there all the time with us, not only us. So that means human beings, not many. Okay. And I say I live only this myself in this temple. It's so many insects and so many different kind of bugs and animals live here. So that means like human beings, not many. Very few compared to animals. So that's why hard to get the human being's body because not so many human body, and may being fit to cultivate virtue are secures. It's very hard to so become like devotion to Dharma, want to practice Dharma, going to receive Dharma teaching. This kind of condition is not easy. Shantideva said, not easy. When will they be born again? So if we lose these, conditions, then when you get another, this same is this kind of conditions. Shantideva said, no easy, no easy. Careful, be careful, right? He's giving warning for us. So he's giving warning for us. So not easy to get again human being's body, like this condition. So means like this kind of condition right now we have. Because Buddha is going in this world. He already taught Dharma teaching. Dharma is exist. And we are reborn human body. We have devotions. We have a Dharma. So we have all these teachings. This kind of condition is Shantideva is not easy. He's not going to lie, Shantideva, because he's a Bodhisattva. He cares all these beings, each one is the same, is their own mother, wanting to benefit them. So Shantideva no create like making us scared, nervous. Shantideva just say careful. It's very dangerous, it's coming, so careful. He's giving mind for us. And the main point, we need mind for awareness. So then next 16 verses, although today I'm healthy, well nourished, and unafflicted, life is momentary and deceptive. The body is like an object on long for but a minute. So Shantideva said, not easy, like kind of this kind of right now we have a peaceful moment. So right now we don't have a disease. We have a food. We have a house. We have the place to stay. We have protections. So this kind is not easy. Because it's very, Shantideva is very temporary, not going to stay long. It's Shantideva saying no permanent. Our body is the same as the loan, the borrow something, like just temporarily borrow. Anyway, they're going to take away. So something belongs to some others. So anyway, you have to pay back for that. That not long, always belong to you. So Shantideva said, this body is not always belong to you. The death Mara comes, take away. So you don't know when death Mara comes. Think about it, you have a loan something. So the loan is like, the not the talking about the bank, bank, in the bank we have to like know when we have to pay, but something loan from other people used to, we don't know they're going to ask to pay back. So same like that, we don't know when Mara is coming, death Mara is coming. So that's why Shantideva said, not always you right now you have like that. Not always the same as today. You are right now is healthy, you were nourished, you have food, and you don't, right now you're not afflicted, unafflicted. But life is momentary and deceptive. So this body is like an object on long for but a minute. Very temporary. Don't know when it's going to last. So that's why Shantideva said, don't attach to just temporary happy and joy. So then you can have a misunderstanding here. Sometimes people think, don't enjoy, so I cannot enjoy. Not like that, okay? Don't attach to temporary enjoyment. You can enjoy, you have to recognize it, everything is temporary. You can enjoy present, always present, enjoy, but don't attach to that. Don't fixation to that. Don't grasping to that. So the main point is, because if then you lose, you so much unhappy, sad. That we have all these things. Samsaric beings have that problem. We are so strong attached to the job, possessions, material things, family, relatives. Then they are not going to stay long. Everything the same is long, It's everything is like just Shanti Deva says, minutes, momentary. Life is momentary. We don't recognize. That's why we are suffering. These practitioners, they are enjoy, they are happy, but they're not stuck there, no fixation to that. Same is with say like Bodhisattvas. Just same is the bee. Bee go into the flower, take all the nourishes, they fly, and so they don't start suffering there. So that means you can have enjoy, but don't fixation, don't attach to that. That is the Shanti Deva's Pita instruction. So other beings, what they does, same is elephant. Elephant attached to the smooth, soft, very soft, smooth, the senses of the body, the feeling. Then they go into the mud, and then they lay down because they like to. This feeling is joy for them, but then they're stuck there. They cannot get up and die. There's many bugs attached to the legs, fixation to that. Then they jump into the butter lump, they die there. The fire burn there. So that's the samsaric beings, everything's just like that. You strongly fixation attach, you want that, then you stuck there. You get suffering. Then you die there. Means like you create better karma and go into lower realms. So that's the reason, don't attach. Shanti Deva said, don't attach. Everything is temporary and a moment. You can have enjoy. Example, like weather is great today. You can enjoy your today weather, but no need to fixation. No need to think, I want always like this weather. It's always temporary. Then next is verses 17. And with behavior such as this, I shall not win a human body again. And if this human form is not attained, there will be solely evil and no virtue. So, no, we just don't change anything. We follow same is previous life. Same is what past we did, or follow same thing. We follow all these samsaric beings, exactly same thing. If we don't, we change, then what happening? Future, I shall not win a human body again. No possible to get human being's body again. The reason is, when you wake up morning until you go sleep, just think about we did good deeds or no virtues, which is strong. But mostly no virtue is strong, because always a thought, intention, thought is endless. The thought is always go to the follow the past and the future. Then thinking about all the time worldly situation. So then you really look to such a level, our thoughts not much positivity. Mostly thoughts is even not really bad intention, but it's worldly thoughts. So the worldly thoughts is create habituate samsaric habituate strong and strong. That's why Shanti Deva says, if we don't change, if we follow same again like this way, hard to get human being body next life. And if this human form is not attained, if this life is we don't get attain Buddhahood or liberation or something like go to Devachin, purely, then there will be solely evil and no virtue. Then it's no thing about it, then means like if we reborn to the lower realms, always create no virtue as this. Low about thing about these animals, mostly animals create no virtue as this. They eat each other, they harm each other, then they don't have any awareness, mindful. So they don't have any understanding what is virtue as this, what is no virtue as this. They don't know the cause and the effect. So if we lose this human body, then some conditions we always create no virtue as this. There will be solely evil and no virtues. Then no any virtues become. Then always go down, down, down is easy. Go up, up is hard. So go up, up means like we have to put effort. Go down, down means like you don't have to put effort. Just we already habituate, samsara habituated. Going down is very easy. Going up, you need push effort. That's why Shanti Deva said we need mindful awareness and joyful effort. Otherwise, we cannot push up, go up to the higher realms. So if you go to the lower realms, then there always will be solely evil and no virtue. Always no virtue, 100%. Then hard to get up again. That's the reason Shanti Deva said, right now, we have this precious human body. And this kind of life is very hard to get again. So that's the reason he said, put effort right now. Don't do same is what you done before. Don't do same as previous life. Don't do same as this samsaric beings doing. Shanti Deva said, just put effort for practice Dharma. So then verses 18. If when I have the chance to live a wholesome life, my actions are not wholesome, then what shall I be able to do when confused by the misery of the lower realm? So now we have this all good conditions right now. If when I have the chance to live a wholesome life, right now we have this all chance. We have good conditions. If we don't use this, we don't take care right now our life, then Shanti Deva is very hard. May actions are not wholesome. So we can live virtuously, good life, meaningful life. We can live meaningful life, but we don't do that because due to our ignorance and the emotions, then one day we're going to the lower realms, then what are we going to do? That time, so much suffering. So Shanti Deva said, and take care right now. Right now we have a good life. He said, right now you have a good life. You can follow the wholesome deeds right now. But why you don't follow the wholesome deeds? Why you go to the actions are not wholesome? he said, go wholesome deeds, don't go to the unwholesome deeds. So otherwise, then what shall I be able to do when confused by the misery of the lower realms? If we born to the lower realms, then what are we going to do? It's hard to get up to higher realms. So now we have higher realms, and also the best opportunity, best condition we have right now. During this time, if we don't take care of ourselves, then if we lose, Shantideva said, hard to get that. He said, don't lose that opportunity. Then verses 19. And if I commit no wholesome deeds there, but readily amass such much evil, then for 100 million eons, I shall not even hear the word a happy life. So if we don't do this time wholesome deeds, if we follow the commit no wholesome deeds, no virtuous deeds, then no, but readily amass much evil. It's only doing no virtuous deeds. So then for 100 million eons, so many millions eons, I shall not even hear the word a happy life. No possible have a happy life. Even you cannot hear the happy life. Even the word is you cannot hear. That is the misery. So Shantideva, and also he said, like other Buddha's teachings, says, think about it. This hungry ghost, the eons that never hear the name of the food, the name of the drinking, because there no exist there. There no food, no drinks existed there. There no names existed. They never heard the names. Same like this, if we become reborn to the lower realms, then there is a misery. No happy life there. Even you cannot hear for the happy life in that state place. So now 20 verses 20 is example. The human body is not easy to get. For these very reasons, the Buddha has said, the like for a turtle to insert its neck into a yoke adrift upon the vast ocean. It's extremely hard to attain the human state. So human body is very hard to get. This is the example. The samsara is the same as ocean. So sentient beings, same is the blind turtle, blind turtle. So liberation is the same. The human body and the liberation is the same as the insert its neck into a yoke. So then think about blind turtle is in the ocean. Ocean is so deep, so vast. Blind turtle goes everywhere. There has one yogi. Then there also wind blowing everywhere. So then when this comes together, think about almost not possible, right? Not possible, really not really easily possible. So precious human body is like that kind of very hard to get. Not easy to reach precious human body. Then this one is, I think, is like precious human body means not who get human body. I think meaning is like who really put effort for Dharma. That kind people are not so many, very, very few. So then if that someone don't put effort Dharma practice, then chance liberation is very small. So that's why the Buddha give this example. Not so many people can liberate because the samsara is so deep and so vast, and the karmic wind is so strong, blowing everywhere. This yogi is blowing. The tutor is blind because it's no eye, and the thinking beings it has ignorance. Then this comes together, it means like almost not possible. So this actually have a more detail in that example. So the tutor is why is blind, because it's thinking beings has ignorance. Yeah, ignorance. That's why it's blind. Everyone is blind. We all thinking beings are blind, no wisdom eye. And the liberation chance is very small because the yogi is very small, tiny to go in there. Hole is very small. The samsara is so vast and deep, same as ocean. Then karma is so strong, karmic wind is blowing all beings. The same as the wind blowing this yogi everywhere. So that's kind of like you have to understand examples. We are not easy to get this kind of human body, not easy to receive Dharma teaching, no connection easy like this. Very hard to the liberation. Liberation is not easy, but this, especially this connection is not easy. That's the reason we have to take care our right now what we have a connection. So our connection is this present condition is very special. Luckily, we have found a rice bodhicitta. So a rice bodhicitta is not possible. Think about it, like so many previous life never a rice bodhicitta. That's why still we are stuck in samsara. So now today we are rice bodhicitta. We have to use this life is for meaningful. That's the Shantideva advice, giving his instruction for us. So that's all part is like we have to put effort, and otherwise human body is not easy to get if we don't put effort. And we have to recognize mindful awareness. We have to recognize what we have opportunity right now. So then we have to put effort. So that is the today teaching. So time is finished, so we leave it there. Then we can take one question. Is through Lomen, you have a question, right? So you can ask question right now. Then other we can discuss in evening. Are you there?
Yes. I have the question is that, like, no
Give me
matter
very
what,
simple question, okay?
Okay, you say that generosity is must as a bodhisattva. You don't have question about it. But once I saw a man was old man taking the garbage can and want to find food. So I happened to have $5, so I gave him $5. Then later I talked to my classmate. He's a social worker dealing with homeless and say, one. You shouldn't give him money. And he said that if you give him money, he will just use it to buy alcohol. So you are not benefit him. You are hurting him. And I just like, what can I do then? Because I didn't know what he wants. And if someone taking garbage, it really must be hungry. So, so I gave him the money. My friend said no.
You did a good job, Lo Ming. You did a good job. I'll give you a very short answer. I understand what you're going to ask questions. So we have so many people have the same this kind of situations. Okay.
Okay.
So your intention is a pure and good. You give money because the reason is you see he's suffering. That's why you give money. So then someone telling you after that, don't regret. I give money. Someone telling you this is wrong, shouldn't give, then just you dedicate whatever I did. It's like whatever he's going to buy, benefit for him, not harm for him. So just dedicate that, wishing that, okay? Then your merit is there. Your what you did is good and still more powerful. Don't regret.
So,
and someone knows you before you give that money. Before you give money, you know someone digging the garbage. You wanted to, you would say, oh, this person. First, I want to know he's going to buy alcohol, going to harm himself. If you have that dropped in the thought, just make sure you know. Then if you have that dropped in the thought, then go to buy food to give it to him.
okay.
Yeah? So then, like example, like we have so many this time good choice. If you only want that go to food, then go to McDonald's gift card. Only can use for the coffee and the donuts. You know.
Okay. Okay.
If you have that dropped, you can use it that way. And you don't have that dropped, you give. It's already pure, your intention. Then someone tell you, oh, you shouldn't do that. Then you dedicate what I did is benefit for him. Wishing whatever I did is no harm for him. Whatever he used, no harm for him. So that you have to wish.
Okay.
That's it.
But if he really buy alcohol, did I carry the back karma to hurt him?
That just you wish that alcohol is medicine for him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Thank
Yeah.
you, Campbell.
Yeah, some people really need alcohol. Without that, they cannot survive. You know, still like just long as this is all your intentions. This alcohol is all some is like already poison. Some is for medicine. So you wish even the buy alcohol is medicine for them.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so now we go to the dedication together. Emaho, in the center is marvelous Buddha Amitabha of boundless light. On the right side is the Lord of great compassion, and on the left is Vajrapani, the Lord of powerful means. All are surrounded by limitless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the bliss for pure lane of Devachi. When I and all beings pass from samsara, may we be born there without taking samsara rebirth. May I have the blessing of meeting Amitabha face to face. By the power of blessing of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, may I attain this aspiration without hindrance. Tiyata, Pinsandaya, Avam Bodhanaya, Soha, Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind. Where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. By this virtue, may I achieve omniscience. By defeating all enemies, confusion, may all who travel on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. As magically they were all realized the autonomic state, and as did Samantha Bada, I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. May the teaching of the Guru Digong Paranashiri, who is omniscient, Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplate, and meditation. Until end of the samsara. Oh, thanks everyone.
Thank you, Kempo.
See you evening.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Kempo. See you at 7.
Bye.
Thank you.
you.
See you
Thank you,
later.
Kempo.
Thank you. Bye.